Welcome to Parent University. I'm Suhan. A recently published national survey shared findings that most families were confident about their ability to help their children with literacy, math, and social skills, but few were confident about helping with science. On this edition of Parent University, we are sharing ideas on how you can do science at home. So, let's get started. To help us get started, we've invited Dawn from the Office of Science and Davy, our wonderful parent, to demonstrate some science-friendly activities that can be done right at home. Yeah. And it looks like with materials right from our kitchen.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, Sue, and it's such a pleasure. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So, as you can see, some of these things are just from your house. We have some things, we're going to make bubbles, and who doesn't like bubbles? Yes. So let's blow some bubbles. So bubbles are a way to introduce or to expand on our child's knowledge of physical science. Physical science, looking at the chemistry, looking at solutions, looking at what makes that bubble happen. So we're going to use some materials.
Why would I do that? How should I explain my son? Like,
great
what
question.
Is the principle behind a bubble?
Yeah, so great question. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk to our children about what makes that solution cohesive, what makes it stick together, and what allows the air to fill it up. And, you know, we don't have to go into an in-depth conversation about that. The idea here is to let your child explore, let them make these observations, and then they may come up with more questions than you even have. So we have some dishwashing liquid, and Davey, if you don't mind, you can put a little bit into this bowl. Thank you.
So if you run out of your bubbles, just get your dishwashing.
And if you don't have bubbles, right? You just
good.
make it at home. There are a lot of recipes online and in books that say you can use other materials besides just the soap.
Oh, is this the corn syrup?
That's corn syrup. You can use corn syrup, you can use sugar, there's all kinds of recipes. And one of the fun things that you might do is make a couple of different solutions and have your child compare.
The way we do slime, right?
The way you do slime.
Yeah, exactly.
Very good, yes.
That is exactly right. Yeah. So go ahead and add a little bit of water to that, just a little bit. And we're going to stir that up. So you want to stir that up?
Thank you.
Thank you. And you may not have a bubble wand in your home, but you can use straws.
Straw.
Yeah, you can just use straws, and you dip your straw into your solution. Oh wow. Good
so
job.
you could talk about the size and the color.
Okay.
Because they look much smaller than the real bubbles. Oh,
you can even blow bubbles in there. Everybody loves to
bowl.
blow bubbles that way as well.
Or in the bathtub.
In the bathtub.
There you go.
Yeah, so we're looking at all those different aspects of science, physical science.
Very good. So we want to talk to our children about what they see and what they feel. Very good.
And how the light hits the solution, color and light.
Very good.
Excellent.
Well, I also see you brought some balls and some cars, which I have plenty at my house, and I'm sure you do, that we can use and we play with, and you're telling us we're doing science.
Absolutely. Again, physical science, but a very different form of physical science. So I took a cardboard box, and I just
hold this one.
Yeah, if you guys don't mind holding that. And
is this about the friction or something?
It has a lot to do with friction, gravity. These are our forces. So we're talking about different forces that impact that acceleration, that speed.
Can you hold this one?
Yes.
Yeah. So you would just have your child get, you can collect all these different rolling objects. I call them, cars and balls and things in your home.
Can I try with some fruits and veggies too?
Ah, that's
Why
very
not?
good. Whatever you have in the kitchen.
Okay.
Excellent.
There you go. And then you can see the different speeds in which it goes down, and you can even adjust your ramp, right? Adjust.
Okay,
the inclined
go higher or
surfaces.
lower? Okay, that's great.
So again, your child's making, they're exploring, they're making those observations, and they can even collect data. When you were comparing those solutions for the bubble solution, that's collecting data. That's getting data in your, figuring out what were the differences between the solutions. Here, you might look at using
the distance.
The distance, exactly. You had mentioned
a timer.
Okay, a timer.
Have a timer
Yeah.
too.
So you could do the speed, how long it took the object.
Down data and
Absolutely.
You could probably graph it at home. What is
Yeah.
this that you brought?
So this is a piece of wood that my son and I found taking a beach walk, a local beach walk.
seems like something from a boat.
It could be. And again, you know, this is not something that is fancy. I didn't go out and buy a ramp. We just use this. It has the edges, and it provides a different type of ramp where you could even maybe race, you know,
Very
race
good.
your
See who's the
your
fastest.
spears. Yeah, race them, or and see if the different different friction, the different surfaces.
Yeah, I
that,
think that's what they are doing with the Hot Wheels, I guess.
Okay, yeah,
Every day they are
exactly.
playing
With the tracks you can buy at the store.
And what it rolls onto, if it rolls onto a tile floor or if it rolls onto carpet, you know, what difference
stops
that makes.
it and what makes it go
Exactly, that
farther.
inertia,
Excellent.
that
Okay.
force gets stopped by something,
Very good.
some other force.
And we can just
Yeah.
question our children as to what they're observing. Very good.
Absolutely.
Well, let's go over here. Something yummy.
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
they're
A lot of
for you.
sprouts in here. Okay.
So over here we have gardening, and we're finding that students don't understand where their food comes from. And what we're working with today is plant food.
So I see a lot of alfalfa sprouts in here. I think
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
it's a sprout maker.
This is a sprout maker. Now this was a purchase sprout maker, but this sprout maker, you don't have to have this in order to grow sprouts. It has little holes in the bottom, and you just give water to the seeds each day. And less than a week, I grew these
Okay.
sprouts. Yeah. So we have those, and then if you don't have anything like that, you can simply use a Ziploc baggie, a paper towel,
We don't
water.
need any soil in here.
No, you don't need soil.
How does it get
Yeah.
oxygen?
So you're going to put a couple of holes in there
Okay.
to allow the
That
air to
way
get
it
in.
gets enough
And this is
oxygen.
wet.
And this
The
is
paper towel's
wet. You don't want it very wet. You just want it damp.
Okay.
And then you can hang this with some tape in the window.
Oh.
So once the seeds start to germinate, they start to sprout, then they can start to use that sunlight to grow.
And how long does that take?
Well, the whole process took less than a week.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
it's
that's
awesome.
amazing. Very
So,
good.
you know, students they don't realize that we're eating roots, we're eating leaves, we're eating stems when we eat celery.
Right.
And this is another favorite.
Mint.
So, yes.
Yeah, we use a lot in Indian cooking.
Yeah. Go ahead and take a
It's
little
a very
leaf and-
spicy one.
Oh,
I like to put this on my path, and when we walk on it, we can
It really lifts the
that's
mood, you know.
awesome. It does lift the mood.
You're right. Very good.
Yeah.
Science in a good mood.
Yeah. So you can use that in recipes and tea. Yeah.
Yes, very good.
Herbal tea.
And yeah.
So what do you have this soil here for?
So we have soil here in a Dixie cup, nothing fancy, put a hole in the bottom. And Davey, if you don't mind, I'm going to
Yeah,
ask you to take a couple seeds here.
Okay, sure.
And all you need to do to sow the seeds in soil
is the
to
beet,
plant them. Yeah,
seed,
beet
right?
seeds. Yeah, and we'll
Okay.
put a little indentation there. There you go.
I think that's enough.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can just get seeds now, even at the dollar store.
Oh, everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
So
Should I need to
that
close this one?
expensive.
No. There you go. And then add a little water. And once that seed germinates, once it sprouts, get it in the sun and
So
you're ready to
you
go.
could also think about doing a comparison. Maybe put one Dixie cup in the sun and one in not the
Oh,
sun.
of course.
And we can make a
then
comparison.
changing those
yes,
factors.
and then ask the children what they see and do that comparison.
Absolutely. And so that can be a study they could do, an investigation, but they're also, you know, even if you don't take it to that level, they're learning about nutrition, they're learning where their food comes from,
Yes.
and they're learning about that plant cycle.
They know the
What all-
value of like sprouts and everything.
Absolutely. And what plants need to
Right.
grow.
Very
Yeah.
good. And if you take them to the grocery store, which is a great place if you don't grow your own carrots, to also work on your science and math activities right in the grocery store.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
Dawn, I noticed that you brought some books.
I did. So some of the books are from the school library. Other books are from the public library. And these books can enhance your child's understanding of what we're doing. It might cause them to have more questioning. They may come up with more questions. And the books are easily available in the science section of the children's area of the library.
And
Yes.
Davey, you said you spent a lot of time at
Yeah.
the local library.
Yeah,
Very
that's my
good.
hobby.
Yes,
So we-
excellent.
Yeah, we have books on forces and motion. We have books on
Do you actually
bubbles.
suggest any particular, like, anything is fine, right?
Absolutely.
Anything about
it's what's
nature
gonna
is fine.
absolutely. It's what's going to work best for you and your family. If it has a lot of pictures,
Okay.
the readability level. Yeah.
Literacy and science,
Absolutely.
right? And then we learn the vocabulary we need to use in science. Very good.
Very good.
So I want to thank you both for coming in to help us with this show. Oh, we appreciate you.
It was my pleasure. I really enjoyed myself. Thank you, Sue.
Thank you. It was fun, wasn't it? Let's remember that the best way to support science at home is to join in with your children's explorations. Check out some additional resources available on the Parent University website that support science at home. That does it for this edition of Parent University. If you have a topic of interest to share, contact us at parentu@bcps.org. See you next time, and remember, there is power in family engagement.